Hey guys, it's Noah. Hey, I'm with Kelly Carrera with Signature Home Lending, and she came to my office today to answer a few questions. And they're pretty standard questions, right? So I refer you to lots of clients.
Yes.
And now I never send all my clients to any one particular lender. I love working with her, but I don't. I like people to have choices, right? So. If she's a choice that I send you, you ought to consider her. So, what are all of your job roles? What do you do?
Okay, well, there is a lot that goes into lending. Our job is to make it look easy for you, but believe me, there's a small army behind the scenes working on your loan for you. I think it's great that you refer clients to different lenders because we do all have different personalities. We work a little different. You're not all the same, neither are we. So hopefully, you know how to match your clients with the lender that'll fit with them. I think my job role, it's changed over the years. I've been with Signature Home Lending now for 13 years.
The same company for 13 years?
Same company,
really?
yeah.
Wow.
I got into lending and I've just stuck it. I'm very loyal. So I love working there. There's no reason for me to leave. We have lots of great programs. We have a great staff, great team. I just love working there. But
what do you do at Signature though? What's your job role?
my job position now is loan officer. So when the clients come in, I actually meet with them. Well, we have assistants that meet with them also, take the loan application, get all the paperwork together, and then my main job is to sit down with you after all of that initial process is done and decide what's the best loan program or what programs I think would fit for your needs. So we'll discuss, what your future plans are. Are you planning on staying in that home for a long time? Are you planning on moving, out of the state? Where will your job take you? Your family, is your family going to grow? Are you going to be getting married in the next 5 years maybe? So kind of just to see where your life's headed and then help you determine what would be a good loan choice for you.
So you mostly do so there's a lot of different positions within lending, right?
A lot,
So,
yes.
So, even I'm in the business, but I don't. 'Cause you have assistants, right? I don't know what all the different positions are within your office. Everybody runs things differently. How do you run your business?
Right. We used to do everything by myself. So thankfully now I have a strong team to help. The process itself is not that scary, and I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, which actually is my favorite group to work with. We have a lot of programs, so I have a lot of experience with those. The process itself, again, it's just not that scary. And even if you're not planning on buying for a year, I strongly urge you to just come in and sit down with us and make a plan. I'm very low key. I'm not high pressure. I know when it's time for you, it will happen. But kind of how the process works, do you mind if I just kind of explain real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so what'll happen if we'll give you a list of a few things that we need you to bring with you to the appointment. You'll come to our office. You'll generally sit down with one of our pre-qual team, and they'll take your loan application, scan all of your paperwork into a paperless loan file. We don't like to have stacks of files sitting on our desk anymore. Pull your credit, and then you'll come and sit down with me. So I'll look at your debt-to-income ratio, your credit score, ask you where you feel most comfortable with your payment, and then from that we'll determine a sales price range that you need to look in. Then I can do a fee sheet for you, let you know what you're looking at out of pocket as far as expenses for the home, and what your payment will be, and explain to you how the program works and why I think the program choices that I'm giving you are the best programs for you, for your situation. It's really that simple. And then from that point, we'll just continue to follow up with you. We'll make a plan. Okay, so do you feel like you're ready to start looking now? Do you want to wait 3 months and save a little more money? And
So
then
what about those
continue.
clients that say they feel that their credit is not where it needs to be, so they're always pushing it off year after year. My credit's not good enough. Of course, oftentimes they don't even know what their credit is, and the Credit Karma credit score and your FICO credit score for real estate is different, right?
Credit Karma. Credit Karma is like Zillow for real estate. It's really all over the place. I encourage people to use that website. Credit Karma it's a very good tool. It shows you, it gives you a lot of information about how credit works. It shows you if you're doing the right things, if your credit score is going up or down. The notifications for identity theft, it's fantastic for that. You will get a notification from Credit Karma before your credit even pulls up on my screen. It's literally that fast. You can apply for credit cards on there. It's a great tool. but it is not an accurate credit score. I see it all over the place. So it can be right on, much higher, much lower. It's still a good tool.
So
but
if they go to Credit Karma, what's kind of the minimum the Credit Karma needs to be at, you think?
It's all over the place. You're really not going to know what your actual score is unless you pull the report. If it's a 10, then you probably need a lot of work.
Okay,
yeah. So
yeah.
you want to be like in the probably 600s, like minimum.
Upper 500s, maybe at least.
Upper 500s.
If they're like 550, you can work with them over the year, right?
Right.
So when it comes up to
500s, 600s, yeah, that's kind of where you need to be. But you've heard that saying, like, if you don't start now, a year from now, you'll wish you had. Bad credit is never going to go away. It's going to follow you. So you just if you come in and sit down with us, even if your credit's bad, don't be embarrassed or shy about it, and don't put it off. Just come in, we'll pull a credit report from you from all 3 bureaus, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. We'll have your scores. We can go over the report together. If there's small changes that you need or things that you can do, I'll help you, guide you with that. If it's extensive, then we have great credit repair referral partners, that we can send you to, and they will assist you with that. But you definitely don't want to leave it sitting, and because it takes time for those things to get fixed on your credit. So if you're not planning on buying for a year, you should start now, because you don't want to come in and, okay, now we've saved the money, now we're ready, but we're not sure where our credit's at, because that could take you out another 6 months or a year.
Yeah.
So just come in, sit down, and we make a plan, and then you're working on everything all together.
Most clients, though, who have poor credit, they're kind of embarrassed, right? So how do you handle that?
There's no need to be embarrassed. I mean, for us, looking at the paper, it's just numbers. We're problem solvers.
It's almost like taking your dirty laundry to somebody, right?
Yeah.
You get to see their dirty underwear, because that's where I'm at in life right now.
Some people do get a little intimidated by that, and we're sorry, and there's no need to apologize. We don't even look at it like that. It's looking at a problem and how are we going to solve it. So we're not life coaches. Like, we're just, we're not going to judge you. We're just kind of, giving you financial advice and making a plan. But I mean, it's just like sitting down with your best friend. They're not going to judge you.
Okay.
Just drop all your dirty laundry right there. We're gonna become your best friend, because we're gonna help you get a home for your family.
Yeah, and that's really, I think that's what you have to focus on. That's what at least tell my clients is. It may feel a little uncomfortable talking to us. Once you get to know her, she's really personable. But
I'm not personable now.
Think about your family, right? Think about your kids. Think about your 5 years down the road. Is it worth it, right? So are you willing to sacrifice a little bit of being uncomfortable for your family? Obviously, the answer is there, right? The answer is obvious. Okay, so we spent way too much time on the first question. You have any other jobs or roles besides Lynn? What do you call yourself again? I need to write that down.
Loan officer.
I thought you said loan officer. So I don't have you as a loan officer. I just have you as just my lender, right? Loan officer. Okay. Any other roles that you have there?
Actual title. Just like life roles?
Yeah, life roles, yeah.
Well, I am a mother, so I do have 2 children. I have a 15-year-old and a 15-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son, and thankfully I had my daughter first. She's a big help. But so that keeps me pretty busy in my spare time. I mean, lending we're busy. I tell my clients all the time, call me any hour. Some are morning people, some are nighttime people, so text me, call me any hour of the day. So pretty much I'm on call 24/7.
It's interesting you say that, because whenever I'm going to listing appointments, I'll usually tell my client, test realtors, test me, right?
Right.
Text me or call me at 7 p.m. See if I answer.
Right.
Call my competitors at 7 p.m. See if they answer.
Right.
Right. Call me at 7 a.m. See if I answer. Right. So, dude, just try it. Test whoever you're going to use and see who matches with what you need. And
it's not weird. I tell my clients it's not weird. You could text me at 4 a.m. If I'm up, I'll answer you. If I'm not, I'll answer you as soon as I get up. But in between that, because my schedule is that way, I work things with the kids. But I do try to do things with my, I go to groups or Bible study or things, and I'm trying to incorporate my kids with that. So I do those things also with my real estate agent. So not only am I, I'm working with other people that are in my industry, but I get to incorporate my family into that, my children. Other than that, I'm slowly adding things, but I think with anything, consistency is most important. So I'm trying to slowly add, positive activities and things to my life groups, things that we do, but one at a time, so I can be consistent with it.
Uh-huh.
And see how.
Okay. So next question is, what specific job or task are we talking about today? Obviously, lending, right? So
right.
some people come in, they have different hats. Right now, you just have your lending hat on, right?
Today I have my lending hat.
All right.
Mom hat will be tonight.
That's right. So we talked about what you do already. Who are your clients? You talked about first-time home buyers.
Right. Well, we all tend to attract our own, a certain type of client. I would say more than other types. I've seemed to fallen into that role of the first-time home buyer, younger couples, families. But now that I've been doing it a long time, I didn't particularly like working with investors when I first started. It was a little intimidating. I didn't really know what I was doing, but first-time home buyers didn't either. So we kind of grew together.
Uh-huh.
But now that I've been doing this a long time, a lot of my first-time home buyers have gotten married and had families, and now they're graduating onto their second home. So or they're purchasing investments, but we've grown together. So I do from time to time branch off to that. But I would say probably a good 90% of my clients are first-time home buyers, younger couples, and I enjoy doing that.
Okay.
Because I didn't really have a lot of knowledge getting into this, and when I bought my first home, I knew nothing. Luckily, I had Joe, who is my supervisor now, Joe Navarro, was my loan officer, and I just told me, where do I sign? I completely trust you. So that was all I knew. So it's important to me, and I feel good about educating clients that come in scared. By the time they leave, they've got a pretty good grasp on it. So that I would say that's probably a good 90% of my clientele.
Okay. Next question. What do you like about your job task? You kind of talked about that. If you help people,
Yeah,
find
just
their own.
educating, younger couples and families. Not even necessarily younger couples. I have had clients that are, in their 50s that have never owned a home, and it's exciting they don't even believe that it's possible. When you get to that age and you've never been able to do it before, why would it happen for me now? So being able to make that happen, it's a good feeling.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is, why do your clients use you? Why do your clients use you? Why use you versus, are you the only lender in town, or are there others in town?
There's a couple of us.
There's a couple other, yeah. So why
two or
use
three
you?
that you use. Well, I care about what I'm doing, and I'm really vocal about this, especially when I meet with new agents. I never got into I got into lending when the market crashed, so I never got into lending to be rich or just make tons of money or be famous. I got into it because I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn something new, and I enjoy sharing that information. I think I care about what I do, and I know there are lots of good people out there, but I think with lending, that's probably a really big reason to use me, is that I genuinely care about what I'm doing, and I care about setting my clients up on a good path, on the best program for them. I want them to come back 5 years from now and still be smiling and know that was a good choice, that they made a good decision.
Sure.
So I think that and every client, I advise them the same as I would do for myself. I really think about every scenario and every client. If this were me, what would I do? What would be the best option for myself? And I educate them. So
okay.
I would think that's
Next
a
question
good reason.
is, what causes your job to be difficult? What causes your job to be difficult? So what things are introduced? You're going through a loan, right? And this happens, and what usually makes things go sideways for you?
Well, I think the job itself can be a little demanding time-wise. So it's important that, if you have a good loan officer, be patient with us. We want to get your pre-qualification done and have you out looking at homes as quickly as possible. But there are times when it can take us a couple days to get that together, especially if you have credit issues or income issues, something that's outside of just the norm. So be patient with that, and don't run off and think, well, they didn't call me back today, so I need to go somewhere else. Because they're taking the time they're putting time into you. just as long as your loan officer is communicating with you, just give them a little time, because that can make things a little difficult when the clients put a little pressure on you, and you need that time, because we want to make sure that we cover all of our bases, and if there's any potential issues, that we deal with that up front, so it doesn't happen in the middle of your escrow.
Yeah, that's important from a real estate standpoint, from a realtor standpoint. Is I don't like it when lenders just shoot a price off that's unrealistic. So now I'm showing houses that you shouldn't be in that price point.
Right.
So as we get further down the line, we realize, hey, you weren't really pre-qualified for this number. It's a little bit lower. And
important too that we do go over that, because even though you might think well, we only like the houses at the $250,000 range, you might really not like the house payment there. You want a house payment more around the 220.
Yeah.
So it's important to know that up front. But when you're in your loan process, we give you at loan pre-qualification, we call it a caution flyer. So there's a lot of don'ts on that flyer. Don't go buy a new car. Don't go buy a new car when you want to buy a house.
Don't buy furniture. Don't buy.
Yes. Don't buy furniture and buy things for your house, because that might prevent you from getting a house, and then you're not going to have anywhere to put it. So I did actually have a client one time that went and bought all of their flooring, and they spent all of their savings, which was helping them qualify.
Oh,
they
no
didn't
way.
get the home.
But they have flooring.
They have flooring, but no home to put it in. Yeah, so you definitely want to be careful with that. I always tell them, don't go buy cars, planes, trains, none of that stuff. Don't take vacations when you're in the middle of an escrow. If you're going on vacation to Mexico, go on vacation, then come back and look for a house. But there's just some things, and anything that you're not sure about, just check with your lender before you do it. We're happy to give you advice on things to not mess up your loan. But I don't even remember what the question was now.
We're on number 5, so number 6 now. So that was what
causes it to be easier. Communicating with your lender. Always ask. If you're not sure, always ask.
So the question is, just when we make sure, because I have to put a title on this whenever I have to edit this. What causes your job to be easier now? What causes your job to be easier? Last one was more difficult.
Right.
Now, what can clients do to make your job easier?
Just communicate. So again, asking us, if you're not sure about anything that's going to mess up your loan, check with us. And when we ask you for something, we need it. So the faster you can get those items to us, the faster we're going to be able to get your loan closed. That's pretty much, honestly, the clients really make or break the deadline most of the time. It's, we're happy to work around your work schedule. That's why we have a staff. People there early in the morning, late at night. We will work with you.
Okay. What is your favorite book? Do you read very many books?
I have to say, I know we've talked about this a little bit before, but I really don't read a lot, and I know a lot of people in the industry read.
A lot of people don't have time to read.
Yeah, motivational books. I do love to read, and some people. I was talking about this the other night in a group. They were saying, "Oh, I just get them on my phone." I do love to read, and I don't like to read on my phone, because it's nice to be able to pick up a book and set it down, and then go and pick it up and walk around the house for a minute and set it back down. I haven't gotten to read in a while. I've been so busy, but I have joined a focus group on Monday nights that I go to, which is great. There's probably like 10 of us there from all different types of job industries, and they've been encouraging me to read and putting some books out there that I'm going to look into and try to start reading those. I do enjoy it, but I enjoy learning from people. Talking to people and getting all of all their advice and the knowledge that they're getting from reading the books that I'm not reading.
You want me to read the book?
You want me to read the book and give me, what is it when they give you the little
Reader's Digest?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, when you're going to take like a
Cliff Notes.
Just give me the Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
I get all the good stuff out of it.
And the last question is, toot your own horn, right? What are your notable accomplishments?
Right. So, here we go. Sorry. Someone really wants to know. I would say, this is something that I tell real estate agents when I meet them. How I got into this industry. I worked in the restaurant business my entire life until I got into real estate, and I just wanted to learn something new. And honestly, when I didn't even feel at that time that I was smart enough to do anything different. I didn't know that I could. I was horrible at math, which now I'm in finance, which you would have told me that before. I would never. But when I put the financial part with helping people, which I've always loved to do, it just clicked for me. And of course, I'm not a math genius, from being a loan officer, but being able to put it with now they're calling me.
Yeah.
Being able to put it with something that I loved, it made it make more sense for me. But I knew nothing about real estate, nothing about doing loans. I didn't know anybody in the industry. I felt like I lived in a box, until I got here. It was a whole new world. So it was extremely challenging. It took me a good 3 years, I think, to have that aha moment where I woke up and I'm like, wow, I think I can do this. A good 3 years. Now I've been doing it for 13 years, and I have a team, I have a processor, I have assistant. So for me starting out here, and now I feel like I'm here, and I laugh because people ask me, a lot of people in real estate, especially being in business, they always big plans, big dreams. Why aren't you doing more? Why aren't you here? And I never imagined being where I'm at now. I mean, being able to help as many people as I do, and talking with people every day, and giving people advice on how to plan their finances for their life, for their family, is huge for me. I never planned to be here, so I'm already amazed.
Yeah.
But
okay.
And then getting that first top producer trophy, that really did it for me.
So
and then,
what's that? What's that about?
At the end of the year when we add our numbers, that took me probably at least, I think, maybe 4 years.
Top producer.
Yeah,
4
top
years.
producer.
Wow.
I think, now that I got it a few years in a row, come by my office, I've got a few trophies up there, my little trophy wall. But that was a huge accomplishment for me.
Look at my wall.
And
No trophies
it's a
on
trophy.
my wall.
But the good part
Sad.
about it, tooting my horn, but being humble about it, is that it feels great to win, to feel like you're winning, but you're doing good stuff along the way. So I'm not just winning, hitting numbers and winning and throwing money in the bank. I'm helping people. And I get to see these people out in the community and know that I help them, get where they're at. So it's
Very cool.
good.
Very cool. All right, guys. So that's Kelly. Kelly, how can people? What's the best way to people get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me is my cell phone, for sure. It's 661 area code 817-6131. And I do have an office line as well, but I'm in and out of the office. I'm like, right now I'm here with Noah. I'm not at the office, but if you call me on my cell phone.
Your phone though.
I know. I'm going to call this person back in just a minute. If this is you, I'm sorry. But definitely my cell phone. And again, do keep in mind, I am with clients or doing pre-qualification. I don't answer the phone because when I'm with you, I want to give you my time. So if it's a quick question or you want to schedule an appointment, please feel free to send me a text also. Hey, my name's, Cynthia, I want to schedule an appointment, and I will give you a call right back. Or I can even have my assistant or my customer salesperson call you right away while I'm with my client, and we'll get you set up.
Yeah, oftentimes I know that I'll refer clients to you. You may not be necessarily the person that contacts them, right? Or who usually contacts them?
I do have a customer sales representative, Yesenia, and I have an assistant, Brissa. Cynthia is also one of my assistants, and I have April, my processor. So we have a good team there. But anybody that calls you, they should identify that we work at Signature Home Lending and that they do work with me, Kelly Carrera. So you can always ask, but we do, we definitely work together. So we can get to clients a lot quicker when we've got a team. Like I said, we've got a small army there working for you.
Okay, perfect. Hey guys, thank you so much. So yeah, give her a shot.
Thank you. Hope that gave you a little more info on Kelly Carrera.
Anything else? I'm gonna hit the button.
I'm out.